comfortable with it.
There you go. Got to record for these people so they can come
I
back
know it.
later and listen again. All right.
Okay, let's get started. Everybody
Okay.
knows about Bitcoins. Well, everybody here knows about Bitcoins, but the world doesn't know about Bitcoins. And nobody knew about Bitcoins in 2008 except the guy that invented it. And Andreas got his hands on the white paper and read it and just got so excited he couldn't stand himself. And he's still excited. And all he does is talk about Bitcoin. And everybody needs to know about Andreas and his work that he does on YouTube and all over talking about Bitcoin. That's the way to become an expert. In 2009, of course, we had the first transaction, which was pizza, and I think that was probably a good deal. I think pizza was a good thing to send at that time. And the rest is history. But the value of Bitcoin stayed down for a long time because there really was no adoption. They were still trying to convince people to use it. When I saw it as a planner, I didn't see any use for it. I just thought it'd be a distraction, so I didn't want to do it. And all of a sudden now I've realized the error of my ways because the whole world is rushing after Bitcoin. And right now, Bitcoin has an average US dollar value of really about $900. And all that means is that people are willing to pay that much to get their hands on a Bitcoin. Well, if they're willing to pay that much to get their hands on a Bitcoin, it must be worth something, don't you think? Anyway, it's going to continue to grow. So, you know what? This is telling because these companies here, the money transfer companies, have been paying attention and have been investing in analysis of Bitcoin because of the blockchain technology. But we don't really need these guys anymore to transfer money from point A to point B because we can do that right now on our own using Bitcoin. How does that happen? Well, you have to open up an e-wallet. What's an e-wallet? You know, an e-wallet is because you go to your bank all the time. You check the account balance. You see how much money's in there on your debit card. What you've done on your checking account if you're still using checks. What payments are due. Things like that. And it's the same thing that is over here. Our e-wallets are the same thing, except they deal in Bitcoins. They don't deal in USD, and they don't work with the banks, pretty much. So blockchain is the biggest. They've been around the longest. They've got the most users. Coinbase is second, though if they keep acting the way they're acting, they're probably going to lose a lot of customers because they've been very difficult to actually acquire any Bitcoin through them for new people. Local Bitcoins is actually a peer-to-peer organization where buyers and sellers meet online, and then you're able to get your Bitcoins from other people who have them who want to sell them. And that's really a good way to go, especially if you can make a good local contact with somebody that's got quite a bit of Bitcoin and wants to turn it into some cash. Maybe he needs money for something. I don't know. Zappo and CoPay are wallets, but BitPay is another wallet, and it has a Visa card attached to it. That's that way you can spend your Bitcoins very easily. Because a lot of people just ask me, well, what good is it? What can I do with it? How can I buy anything with it? How do you turn it into cash? Well, you know what? You really don't need to turn it into cash. Talk about that in a minute. That safe over there is talking about hardware e-wallets. What is that? That's a way that you can permanently remove your coins from the internet and from your electronic wallet and store them in that little electronic device that connects to your USB port. And it keeps them safe. Nobody can see them. Nobody can hack them. Even if the account gets hacked, it doesn't matter because you've got a complete record of all of your coins right there on that little machine. Worth having. Um, there are over 100,000 people now, and you can actually go online and find websites that list companies that take Bitcoin for goods and services. But you know, it's really telling when the big 8 accounting firms are all beginning to take Bitcoin for payment of services. That's really something. And that started with Ernst & Ernst over in Switzerland. That branch decided they were going to do that first, but Switzerland is really promoting blockchain. It's promoting companies that want to develop blockchain and do research on blockchain. And the rest of the world is beginning to catch up. Australia is now coming after them too. You know, they want the people, they want the business, they want those employees all generating revenues, right? So if you need to buy something in particular, you can go online and find out. Just search that for that particular item, and a company that actually will provide that item in exchange for Bitcoin. So we don't even need to convert these things back into fiat. Now, that's not always going to be the case. Anytime they're using a token, and Bitcoin's just a token, it's an internet algorithm, an application on the internet. Nothing else. It's not a physical thing. Now, the Bitcoin trading is how the Gladiacoin actually generates the the Bitcoins that we get when we do that. And what we do is we put some money with them. Well, we don't put money with them. We don't deal in money. I'm using the term money very loosely, okay? Now, what we do is we open a blockchain account. You take some money and you then acquire Bitcoins, and you put Bitcoins in your e-wallet, and you put the Bitcoins into the trading company. That's all they deal in. They don't deal with anything else, just Bitcoins. And the only reason they can do that is because Bitcoin pricing fluctuates. It's highly volatile. It goes up and down and up and down, and there are wide swings in the market. That's good for us because you can make a lot of money trading on those things. You have long positions and short positions and arbitrage positions. And the velocity of the money it talks about how fast these things change. I mean, I've seen $100, $200 swings in the price of Bitcoin, sometimes within a few days. And that's good. That helps us generate more Bitcoin. Why do we need Bitcoin? Because the whole world is going for Bitcoin. And another reason is you own it. It's yours. It's not like something that the bank gives you, because you don't own that. That's government money, as I say, and they can take it from you anytime they want, and they can make you pay taxes on it, and the banks earn interest on it, and all these guys get up there in the little ivory white towers, and they decide monetary policy, and that affects all of us, and they get richer and we get poorer. With Bitcoin, that's over. That's over. So you got to get Bitcoin, because it's going to level that whole edifice up there, and these power brokers up there are going to be losing an awful lot of power, and they're not going to like it. So, you know, they have something to say about it. We have something to say about it too. Anyway, the reason all this is possible is because of the currency exchanges, because these companies around the earth have set up to mine for Bitcoin, and they create exchanges. And then there are other companies that just do exchanges. They don't do any mining, but they allow people to have different markets for Bitcoin. You know, for a while there, you could buy a coin here in the United States and sell it in China. You buy for $700 here, and you sell it over there for $1,000. Whoa, that's a big spread, right? That's the way people do it. You know, some people really need it. And when you think about China and the fact that the money was being devalued very, very fast, and they had to do something in order to protect the value of their money, well, they put it in Bitcoin, and they didn't lose anything. India, the same thing. They lost 85% of the purchasing power of their money because a whole bunch of bills could no longer be treated as legal tender because the government said so. So they couldn't buy things. But people that rushed to put their money into Bitcoin didn't lose anything. Now, working with Gladiacoin, what they're really telling you is that they promise to double your Bitcoins in 90 days. So if you put in 4 Bitcoin, you get back 8 Bitcoin. Now, the 90 days is arbitrary. Doesn't really matter, because all the idea is to double your Bitcoin. If you can double that Bitcoin in 20 days, contract's over. If you can double your Bitcoin every day, contract's over. They fulfilled their promise that they're going to double the Bitcoins. See that? Now, if you're just passive, if you just put money with the company, it could take 90 days. And there's a method for that too. The whole system is automated. It's a computer system that does all this stuff. It takes the Bitcoins that we give them to do the trading. It then does the trading, and then it turns around and sends us back those Bitcoins into our own personal account. So we don't have to have any thing that we got to do, really, other than keep an eye on our account and refer some people. Why do we want to refer people? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in a minute about the binary. That's the way to get more Bitcoin. But the thing is also here that this is an international operation. You got 7 billion people all trying to get Bitcoin. What do you think that's going to do to the pricing of Bitcoin? You know, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. There are no more. It was done intentionally. They wanted to provide scarcity of Bitcoin because they wanted to create value, a storehouse of value. And this all happens in real time, 24 hours a day. The computer never stops. It's just constantly going because markets are open constantly. And you can do this whole thing on a phone. Run your whole account just on a regular old phone, even a text phone in some cases. Although I kind of like the smartphones because they work the best in this kind of stuff. But Andreas says that anybody who has a text phone, you know, like an old flip-flop phone, and you're standing in the middle of a jungle and you got an internet connection, he says you actually have a Swiss bank in your account. You can do everything a bank can do right there as long as you've got that internet connection with that phone. But having the optional binary network actually accelerates the doubling of your Bitcoins because you get a referral fee. Most banks and insurance companies won't pay you any referral fee when you refer people to them. Well, they will here because it just gets more trading for the company and they can generate more Bitcoin. So we just talked about that. But here's how it goes. Double Bitcoin in 90 days. How does that happen? You put your Bitcoin with the company. You choose the plan that you want to use. There's several of them, and we're going to go through them. And passively, you're not going to do any referring. You just said, nah, I'm too busy. I got other things I got to do. I just want to make sure I put it over here where I can get some more interest on that value of that Bitcoin. They pay you 2.2% a day every day. And those payments aren't held by the company. They go right back into your own private e-wallet. So you're totally in control of all the money that comes about. Now, if you do refer people and you get those referral fees, you still get the 2.2% plus you get the referral fee. And that all adds up to help double your Bitcoin. Perfect system. So passive plus binary means you just get more Bitcoin. And that's what we want. That's it. How does the binary work? Well, you're sitting here at the top when you come on as a position. And in order to activate the binary position, you got to have somebody below you in the binary scheme. So the whole thing down here is a leg and another leg on the right. Okay, that's where the binary comes from. So since you need to refer two personal people, yourself, why not they be you? Take those positions yourself. Why would you want to do that? Well, the real reason is that once you get this top position pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day, you can't get any more out of it. It won't go to 12 Bitcoin, 16, stuff like that. There's a limit on it. Put 4 in and you get 8 back. That's the way the system is designed. So what you can do is, if you control this position on your right and on your left, you've already built half of that team right there because you built that right leg. And you also built that left leg in order to get the points because you get paid on the weaker side. Well, all you got to do now is once this one's working for 8, get this one going for 8 on the right. And all you got to do is put some people on the inside leg, and you begin generating up to 8 Bitcoins a day on that position. And when you got that one done, you can do the other one. So instead of just getting 8, you can get 24 in a relatively short period of time because you built a binary system. That's really hot. Now, the next thing is that this binary goes on for infinity. It doesn't ever stop. So even the guy down there does something, and the millionth guy, everybody up that line gets points. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, the other thing is that these contracts, every time you renew, if you put 4 in and you get 8 back, 4 in, 8 back every day, every day, every day, if you're doing the passive, you can only double 4 times a year. Well, why would you do that when you can do 365 days a year? Do you think that would help you get more Bitcoin? I do. That's what I'm going to try to do. And I think everybody else should do the same thing. Now, there's one thing you need to know about the binary and renewing your contract every day, and that is that you need to do it. And I'll explain that just for a minute. But I want to tell you something. The whole idea here behind what we're doing is that we're trying to get it set up so that we can control our own economy. We don't need to ask permission to do things. If we're doing cash and I go buy a car from somebody and I pull cash out of my pocket and I hand them the money for the car and I can take off with the car, I didn't have to ask anybody's permission to do that. Well, why, when we use credit cards and debit cards and other stuff, we have limits on them? Or we have to get permission from the bank, or we have to get some kind of authorized signature of authenticity, and they want our iris scan and our retina scan and a piece of our hair and our thumb scan, voice print, just to prove identity. What does it matter? It shouldn't. That's not the way things are supposed to be. And so by me helping you do this system and understand how this thing works and how this actually defunds the power of those guys up there in those big shiny banks telling us all what to do, that protects us. That helps me build a community around me where we have an alternative. We're not stuck using the government currency, and they'll always be there, but we can use our own right here, and it's called Bitcoin. But let's get on about the binary now, because I want to talk to you about the importance of that. Well, if 50 people come onto the plan, 50 people all will double their Bitcoin. We haven't had one yet that hasn't. It's because the system is designed to do that. They also always renewed their contracts every time they doubled. Well, 2 reasons why they did that, I guess, is one is they just wanted to get more Bitcoin. But there's another reason. It's a very important reason. And that is you have to if you want to keep the binary. If you build this binary, why would you ever want to lose it? Because this thing is pumping out all this Bitcoin to you. You see, if you decide you want to take a little vacation and you want to stop for a while and not renew this month, next month, and you just want to go play someplace and not think about it, you lose all that. Why? Because you got to be in the matrix in order to get paid. You built this thing, you're there, you're part of the line, and all the calculations run right through your position. If you pull yourself out of that by not participating in another contract right now, they can't pay you. These people down here have got to be connected to the people that came before them. But to see, here's the thing, they can't stick you back in the line once you've stepped out of it. That's one of the reasons why people renew. It's because they want to make sure that they're always able to keep receiving the referral fees from their binary. And that's another point that's very important that you understand. They don't have to keep bringing in new people all the time. They can take in new people all the time, but everybody is renewing their contracts, and every time they do that, it's like new money coming in. You know, you're getting the same referral fees, and when you took at that Spartacus 7 plan, which is a 15% referral, man, that really makes a difference in how fast that you can actually cycle. That's what gets you to 8 Bitcoin a day, cycling every single day. This stuff is already going on, guys. It's nothing that we have to go invent. It works, and it works great. It's been going on solidly. We haven't seen any problems with the system. The only time we find a problem is human error. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to give this income disclosure because I think it's very important that you understand the status here. We make every effort to ensure that we accurately represent the products and services of Gladiacoin and the potential for economic gain. Earnings and or Bitcoin income statements made by the company or members are estimates of what you can possibly receive. There is no guarantee that you will make the level of Bitcoins that we talk about in here, and you accept the risk that the earnings and Bitcoin income statements differ by individual. Why? Because it depends on what you do. That's all. The only difference between you and anybody else is what you do and what they do. The examples are not to be interpreted as any guarantee, promise, representation, and or assurance, and we do not purport Gladiacoin and us as being a get-rich-quick scheme, because it isn't. We don't think it is. We think you do the work, you get paid, right? So let's talk about the plans. The lowest plan is here to help everybody get in, but it's special. No doubling. It doesn't double. You don't get the 2.2% here, and it's not going to last any longer than 90 days. What it does do is allows you to get on the platform for a very, very small amount of money, because a lot of times people don't have money, and then they need it, and that's the point. But you can refer people to get 5% of that binary. Why do they do that? So you can actually get to this plan here, which is where the doubling begins. 10% of a Bitcoin in value needs to be in the account in order to get this plan. But you also receive 6% of the binary. And by doing that, you can double from a 0.1 to a 0.2, and you can actually earn up to 6 Bitcoin monthly on a monthly limit. This Spartacus 3 is the same as the other one. It's just a little bit higher. But on the low-end plan, this one here, Spartacus 4, is the best one. This one doubles in 90 days, just like everybody else does, but you get 9% of the binary. That's pretty doggone good. It makes a huge difference, and it really helps you accelerate the doubling of the Bitcoin. You can get a full Bitcoin every day using this little plan right here. That means you can get up to 30 Bitcoin per month. If Bitcoin's $1,000, you know, do the math, guys. These are the sweetheart plans. Spartacus 7 is the top plan. This is the one, the big daddy, where you put in the 4 Bitcoin and you get back 8 Bitcoin, and people are doing it every day. And I'm telling you that the real reason here is 2 things. It's the number of referrals that you build, and it's the amount of Bitcoin that they put in the program. Now, if you're going out and finding people that are business-minded, that want to build some value and have something that they can own that can't be taken from them, that will be worth more tomorrow than it is today, this is what you want to do. Those are the kind of people you want to bring in, and they're going to want the 15% binary program. 8 Bitcoin a day, do the math, 240 Bitcoin per month. Now, if you have all 3 positions generating 8 Bitcoin a day, that's 720 Bitcoin per month. Do you think that could change your life? Do you think that could solve a lot of financial problems, medical bills? All kinds of things could happen, you know? So you've got almost an unlimited atmosphere with which to work in that is very easy to do. what do you got to do? You have to open a blockchain account. You've got to get some Bitcoin and put it in it, and then you have to pick the plan that's suitable for you and where you want to start. We started at the very bottom, and it took us 16 days to work up to our first Spartacus 7 plan. Boy, but now those things are doubling weekly, and maybe a couple of them even faster than a week already. It's just amazing how well this little system works. So anyway, what do you got to do? You just choose the plan that's suitable for you, discuss it with the person who referred you. They're already doing it. Now, listen, some of these guys, and I'm sorry to say this, but some of them are referring people on and they're just not taking care of them. They're not helping them. They're not holding their hand. You need to do that. This is not the kind of thing where you pass out a link and tell somebody, oh, just sign up over there. Anybody can do it. Well, that's just not the case. There's things that you have to learn here. This is a new vocabulary. It's a little bit way of different doing things. So if you're going to be referring people in here, you're going to be expected to help them. Okay? I'm only one person. I can't do it all. That's why we built the Facebook page. So there's a lot of people in there that can try to help everybody. But nobody knows everything and nobody can do everything. And everybody needs a little bit of help. So working as a team of all of us working together, I'm not trying to get everybody to sign up with me. I'm just trying to make sure that the word gets out that we build this economy so we are not dependent on the government for everything. Look, the people in Venezuela have already led us the way. They're running the whole economy down there on Bitcoin because the government isn't providing enough money. The government has ruined the country. I mean, it's just in shambles. Just go on there and the YouTubes and look at what's going on down there. I don't want that to happen here, but I do know from my experience in the financial business, what these guys are doing up in the ivory tower offices is bad, bad. They can't continue to do this. And so we've got to do something to protect ourselves. And this is the way to do that. So one other thing we're going to talk about here is there's some warnings here. And the warnings are this, that the system runs perfectly. The only errors that we have found are human errors. They're not paying attention, and they're not putting in the right amounts, and they're just not connecting the dots. It's just simple stuff. It's nothing complicated. But you guys, we're working with a computer. There's nobody there that can reverse things or change things. Programmers programmed to do the trading. They're programmed to receive the Bitcoin and to send the Bitcoin out to people. That's what it does. So you got to make sure you got the right sponsor. You got to make sure that the sponsor places you in the proper spot for their team. You've got to make sure that you paid in the right amount of money. If you're going to upgrade a plan, you got to put in the right amount of Bitcoin. You can't do something different. You know, maybe you're working with the number 1, right? There's a big difference between 0.1 and 1. And the system knows what it is, and it's not going to fly, all right? So I just want everybody to have a little warning here. Just slow down, take it easy, and make sure you read the directions and listen to the people that have gone before you so that you can get help and do it properly. Nothing real bad is going to happen if you don't, but if you send money the wrong place, you can't get it back with the internet. That's not just here. That's everywhere within the internet. You've got to make sure you got your addresses correct. If you're supposed to receive money, you've got to make sure you've given them the right address for you. Right? Once the money is sent into the internet, you can't get it back. It's just that simple. Anyway, let's open it up for questions and answers. Here's the Facebook group. People are welcome to come in there and just talk to people and new people, you know, as well as people that are already on the platform. And the Skype group is for people who are already members and just need some specific counseling or problems or want to have a specific question answered. It's not for general discussion. With that said, let's open it up. Let's see if anybody has anything to talk about. People, if you guys are already doing this thing, let others know what your experience has been and how it's gone for you. You know, they need that social proof. Sometimes they're a little concerned. This is very different than what people have been used to. And sometimes it takes a minute for them to wrap it around their heads, you know. And you can help them with that because you've been where they are. And you can tell them just what's happening. Okay, so what you want to do is you go to the participants tab. You just find the menu down there, and there's a list of participants. And then what you do is you click it open, scroll down to the bottom, and if you want to say anything, just put your hand up there, and Kathy will unmute you. That way everybody will get to hear what everybody's saying. So let's get started. Who's first?
All right, let's see some hands. Put your hands in the air. Here we go. How about some members? What are your stories? Some of your members. Okay, let's have Miss Gail. Oops, I lost her. Did you get yourself unmuted, Gail?
I did. Hi.
Okay. I went to unmute you. I think you did it at the same time. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I
Yes,
can. How are you
we
doing?
can. Very well.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Well, I'm new to this, so I'm sitting here with my husband, and we have a question to ask.
Hello, good evening. My name's Garrett. How you doing?
Doing well.
Okay, now, we just started. We're currently at Spartacus 4, and I'm sure sooner or later we'll get up to 7. My question is, through other members that we know who are in this, they said try to get what's called a shift visa. I think it was $9, and you can use that to put or to cash in Bitcoin, in other words, to use it for product services. Unfortunately, New York State does not allow the Shift Visa card. But we're just wondering, living in New York, what's the best way to convert, when we're ready, our Bitcoin profits to either cash and or a credit card to use?
Well, you could probably use some version. Have you tried Googling for Bitcoin debit cards in New York? I bet there's somebody up there that can do it. The other way is people are mad to get Bitcoin, man. And that's what a lot of the big guys are doing that are generating 8 Bitcoin a day and I've got a bunch of positions. They're simply turning around and offering it to other people so they can get into the program. And
Okay.
they get paid for it, right? They turn it into cash right away. You can take that, you can use it anywhere you want to use it.
Right.
That's one way.
William is saying BitPay works well.
BitPay? Okay, thank you.
There are 6 major cards. You got to subscribe to CryptoCoinsNews.com. Just get over there, and if you'll just even do a search on there, there are articles that talk about just what you're asking about.
Okay.
Point you in the right direction.
All
Frank
right,
Delgado
perfect.
says BitPay is the best card to have. We have a lot of members that have BitPay, so that's what I'll be looking into here pretty soon myself. Right, thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, we got a wheelbarrow full of Bitcoin, and it's getting heavy.
Okay, DT, did you have a question? I see your mic unmuted.
Yes, I did. Can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you today?
Pretty good, great. Just a kind of a quick question about marketing. If you were looking to try to make as much money as you could, like in the next 30, 60 days, there's so many different ways you can market, a product or service on the internet. You've got SEO optimization, you've got YouTube videos, you got blogging, you've got direct marketing. How would you go about marketing this aggressively? If you were just looking to say, hey, I just want to explode this thing in the next 30 to 60 days. I've already run through my friends and family list. They all shot it down, but I know there's a ton of people out there that really need to make more money at this. So what would you do, if you were looking to make fast, quick, a lot of quick money with this opportunity in the next 30, 60 days? How would you market it?
Well, you're asking a guy who has to do that right now. If I don't do that, I'm going to lose some more properties to property taxes. So I'm in the process. My view is put yourself out there and start letting people know what you're doing here. And I just ask questions. I just say, what are you doing about Bitcoin? Not what you think, not have you heard about it, or you interested? I don't do that. I say, what are you doing about it? The presumption is, and the presumption is a correct one, you absolutely need Bitcoin, but they don't know it yet. They don't know about it.
Educate, and personally get out there and get to know your people, build a rapport, show them the money, show them what you're doing, try to get to those Spartacus 7 positions as fast as you can. And I like LinkedIn. LinkedIn are business-minded people. I have a lot of good luck with LinkedIn in the past, because people are out there in LinkedIn and they're looking for business type of things.
Yeah, you can make up some cards. All your cell phone is, frankly, they send you a text message every time you receive a payment. Just start showing people that you're getting payments every day.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay.
I do. I'll talk to people, and I can always turn it into an economic conversation. If And I do it all the time. I just simply, I'm talking to somebody about whatever, and I just mention, how you making it these days, man? How many jobs are you working? And everybody needs more money. I know that. I know that with my being. I'm trying to convey that to people. Everybody needs more money. I don't care if he says, yeah, I'm doing fine. Okay, go. Leave it. Get away from him. Don't. He obviously doesn't want to take you. He's not going to tell you the truth anyway, right?
Yeah.
Everybody needs money. Well, what are you doing to get it? And you say, look what I'm doing. And you show them the phone and you just start flipping through. I got paid this today and this today, yesterday, and this yesterday, and the day before that. And it just keeps coming, man.
Yeah.
Think that would help you?
Absolutely.
Did we mention Andreas Antonopoulos tonight?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay, because
Can't be
I love
said
that
enough.
man. He is a guru. Just get people to watch Andreas. He does Bitcoin 101. A lot of people don't know anything about Bitcoin. I know I didn't, and it's not difficult to learn once you start watching Andreas. He really knows how to break it down. Just get these videos in front of some people and bring them to a webinar. Plug them in.
Got it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Plug them in.
Yep.
All right, and let's
Look for business-minded people, really, because they understand cash flow.
Absolutely.
And if they're dealing with people already developing cash flow, that's a perfect person. They know somebody that if they want to do it, they're going to bring on 4 or 5 people themselves right away.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I hope that helped.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet. Let's get some others up in here. Let's get some testimonies going on. Okay, we have Kedar. Is that how you pronounce that?
Kedar.
Kedar. Nice to meet you. Where are you
Nice
from?
to meet you. Florida.
Oh,
West
all right.
Florida.
We got the West Coast too. West Coast, East Coast, and everywhere in between.
East Coast.
Yeah.
I just have one question. My question is, how often do you have the newbie webinars for the new guests?
We do this every day, 2 times a day.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 6:30 p.m. on Sundays, Pacific Standard Time.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Yeah, and you can go to our Facebook group where you can find these recordings and help yourself to our file and ask some questions.
Listen, you're going to find my recordings on all kinds of people's YouTube channels because we give everything away. We're not here trying to just, make money on tools and stuff. We put together some basic things. We take all this stuff and put it out there so you can download it right off the Facebook group. You can tell the difference between the ones I do and the ones other people do because mine are purple.
Sounds good.
We customize these, but yes, we want to see everybody successful. And that's what's so phenomenal about the people in here because everybody helps each other. And I'm really shocked the way they just reach out there and help each other. It doesn't matter if you're on the same team or, whatever. Everybody's just really, really great to do that. We have Genevieve. Did you have a question? Hi, how you doing?
Good. We are brand new.
We haven't even signed up yet.
We don't know anything. Where do we get the prices on the packages? How do we learn more? All we've seen is this presentation.
Okay, who invited you here?
Bruce Wells.
Okay, you just need to get back with him and get his personal link and have him get you going.
Okay.
I'm sure he knows.
I think he's brand new and he probably doesn't know too much more than we do at this point.
Well,
okay.
Get in. Somebody in the Facebook group will, and you know what? He knows. He heard about it from somebody else.
Right.
So just on his personal dashboard, he'll have a link, and get that link from him. Jump in the Facebook group. We've got a pin post that tells you all the steps to walk through to get yourself on board. So, but you need to grab his link first.
Okay, super. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Good choice.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Hey, Frank's got his hand up.
Hello?
Hello.
This is Bruce Wells. Who was that was just asking for me?
That was Geneva?
That was Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Yes.
Okay. Genevieve, I'll get you filled in after the call, after the webinar.
Okay,
We're
thanks.
standing by.
All right.
Frank Delgado's got his hand up.
Go ahead.
Steve has his hand up.
Oh, okay.
I don't see your hand, buddy. Not
It's
there.
a teeny weeny little hand.
Yeah, it's very teeny. Must be. I don't see it. Hey, Frank.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing, Frank?
Hey, everybody, this is Frank Delgado here from Connecticut and Boston.
Just one second. I got to find that sound coming out here. Okay, let's try it unmute one at a time. Go ahead, Frank.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank once again. And I'd like to tell everybody that's brand new on this and just getting in, you guys can't be a secret agent in this business. You have to tell everybody about Gladiacoin and what they're doing. Ask them what they're doing about Bitcoin. Just like John said, you can't be a secret agent and go around if you want to make money in this and just have one position or keep it a secret and not tell anybody. You have to share this with the world because this is what the future is going to hold.
No, and this really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yes, it is.
You know, there's only going to be so many Bitcoin in the world. And yeah, I just said opportunity. I'm sorry. I heard John say, don't say opportunity.
They're saying in another 3 years, one Bitcoin is going to be worth at least $10,000. So
yeah, they're projecting.
We're not the only ones saying that. The news is saying it. All over the country is saying it as well.
Yeah.
So I want to welcome everybody that's choosing this opportunity. I mean, this great opportunity to make a lot of Bitcoin. So you earn as you learn. Just get in, and you're going to learn as you earn money every day.
And as William says, don't be getting a paralysis of analysis. Just jump right in and then learn. And that's the best thing to do here. You know, just jump in. I didn't know anything, and man, if I had one thing to do over, I would have gone straight for 7. Spartacus 7.
That's true. Well, that's the one thing I would say. You get in as high as you can to
high
get
as
started.
you can. Yeah,
I just got in another leg today, and I got 4 positions now. So
congratulations, Frank. Good.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Very awesome. Okay, thanks, Frank. Let's go to Steve. Go ahead, Steve. How are you doing tonight?
Stevie Wonder. I'm doing great. I really am. And every day. This is so simple. I just want to encourage. We got involved in this industry about 35, it could be 40 years ago. And at that time, if you guys were around, there were absolutely no prospecting tools. The only thing you had was a rotary phone. And that was it. If you asked for leads, they gave you a phone book and said, good luck.
Start with the A.
That's true. We exercised the 3-foot rule. We didn't go out and prospect. We prospected as we go. We virtually talked to everybody. And one of the first guys that I listened to was a financial planner with the big A, and his name is John Sestina. And John said, where you're going to be a year from now financially really depends on who you're listening to and who you're associating with. And that's what these calls do for us. It gives us a chance to hang out with somebody who's actually there producing the income and then listen to what, by the way, I want to thank you for your help today, John. You helped out George with that little island in the Pacific. We appreciate your help. But anyway, I mean, if you go ahead.
You're welcome. Thank you.
No, thank you. So if you just, I mean, everybody that you talk with, I got an easy time. I do a lot of marketing, so I get a lot of leads. So, so can you guys. I mean, the internet is just, I mean, everybody is looking. This is the economy. I use Craigslist. I use I use quite a bit, but we get a lot of leads. Everybody's looking. So I appreciate your time. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm glad you're on board. This is just, it is. It's
I got 6 positions now, so.
Wow.
All right.
Good.
For you.
See,
Maximize.
You bet.
Yes.
Let your money work for you instead of the other way around. So, all right.
Absolutely.
And we have Brenda. Go ahead, Brenda.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Great.
I wanted to know what's the best way to build your Gladiacoin network, because I've heard him mention that you get referral bonus, and I don't think we did. I thought we just get paid from the binary. So
that is the referral bonus.
Oh, okay. So if you're doing a team build, it really doesn't matter, as long as you're helping your team build.
Right.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to get that understanding.
Sure.
Are you in our Facebook group?
No, not yet.
Okay. Please join, and they answer a lot of questions in there, and you'll be able to see some training videos, and just watch the webinars and ask questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great to have you on board.
Thanks.
Okay, who else is here? Who else? Come on, stump the presenter. Ask some questions. You get 2 for 1 tonight.
Okay. Well, then let's move on. We'll see you guys again. Steve White's here. Steve is up.
Oh, Dokie. Oh,
hey, Steve.
Wait a minute.
Joe, sorry about that.
We're playing whack-a-mike here. Go ahead.
You know, John and Kathy, they're there for the team, guys. I mean, if you guys got questions, they're there for you. They're here to educate us, motivate us. I mean, these guys are awesome. I mean, they've really helped me out a lot and educated me. And I know, John, you know, I had some problems contacting people. You recommended the book, I Get to Double Your Contacts.
Yes, yes.
It's phenomenal.
Thanks for bringing it up.
It's a good book.
All right. Well, thank you for the kind words. We try. We have just so many great leaders in here that just really bend over backwards to help each other, help everybody. And our little Facebook group has grown to, I'm seeing it's almost at 2,500 people, and that's just in a little over a month. You guys are tearing this up. You are crushing it. And everybody's happy because that beep you hear every morning in your blockchain, that's a real motivator, isn't it? I know it is for me. Thank you, Steve. Okay, Luke. Mr. Luke.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Oh, I'm feeling all right. Yeah. So, so for those who are new, that I got knee surgery a week ago. Went back today, and they said, "Oh, shucks, you're going to have to be off a few more weeks because you got to have rehab and all that stuff. Construction is not the best for a knee situation. So I'm just going to keep on building this thing like there's no tomorrow. It started March 1st and turned 0.1 Bitcoin into over 7, and just keep it on going. And I honestly do not know how many positions I have. It's got to be around 16, I think, and just every one of them is just a profit center. And when I identify a leader that's going to be coming aboard, and I just jump in there and grab another position right quick because they're going to bring people on, and I'm going to be able to help them and work with them, and it's in my best interest to get those people going. And people ask me, how do you put your link out there? And honestly, I haven't used my link and I can't remember how long, because it's all about everybody below you, getting them qualified. As soon as they qualify, they start earning more, and when they start earning more, they start upgrading, and that's how you get that those extra payments that keep coming. So
yeah, that works.
And that's just it. You teach people to teach, and this program is so clean and simple that everybody can. I don't know whose phone's coming in. Just
I'm looking. I'm
I'm
looking.
looking too.
I definitely appreciate it and stuff. So.
Oh, there he is. Got it. Okay, and you were saying? Is that it? Okay, let's go to Ryan K. Has had his hand up. Thank you for waiting. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey there. I actually thought the call started at 9:30, so I missed pretty much everything. I've been listening the last 20 minutes. When's the next call? I'm looking forward to hearing more about this. I think it's a great opportunity, and I want to get myself in here.
Well, tomorrow at noon, but gosh, just go to YouTube and look for the purple YouTube. Those are ours.
Actually, just go to our group in Facebook, and we have them all recorded. This one will be in there in a little while as well. So you feel free to download them or watch them, and Monday through Friday, noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Have a great night.
You do the same.
Hey,
Okay,
John,
we have, yeah. Where are you at?
Yeah, I did max out 2 Spar 7 today.
All right.
Wow.
We did that yesterday. All right. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I've got me a head start for this week now. I'm gonna run hard.
That is a fun way to wake up, isn't it? Oh, gee, I gotta renew 2 of them.
Yep. But it's worth it on the backside.
Oh, you bet. What was that about? 4,000? 4 point Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Eric and Brenda.
Okay. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have one more question.
Okay.
How does it work if you come in at a lower level and you brought in your 2 people to qualify you at a higher level? Does that help you any, or if vice versa? Does that help you any?
Well, of course it helps you. You're going to get some referral fees out of that. That's going to contribute to your getting more Bitcoin. You're paid in Bitcoin.
So you bring a direct in on your left and a direct in on your right, and that will qualify your one position. And then however many positions, you always bring a direct to you. But build those top positions first if you're taking more than one, and really get that rolling. Step up as fast as you can with those, because the higher percentages really make a difference.
So if you came in at a lower level,
What's a lower level? Which one?
On number 2.
Okay, that's fine.
And so all the people that you brought in came in, they did the same thing you did, come in at number 2.
Yeah.
But you went ahead and upgrade to, let's say, a number 4.
Okay.
Do you have to wait for those people to
No.
upgrade to come over there with you?
No, you can move. You can move as fast or as slow as you want individually. It doesn't really matter. You just want to refer as many people as you can. You want to build a pool of about 50 Bitcoin below you. The points on those lines represent Bitcoins. 1 point is a Bitcoin. Half a point is a half a Bitcoin. So if you get a pool of about 50 Bitcoin below you in your team, you're going to be cycling every day on the eight coins a day position. That's all you got to do. It's just a referral thing. Look, you got 7 billion people to talk to. Most people don't even know what a Bitcoin is. You have an opportunity in front of you to develop something, and you don't have to go to school. You don't have to come up with bucks to go to college. You don't have to have advanced degrees. You don't have to be running a business with thousands of dollars of overhead. All you have to do is begin to educate yourself on Bitcoin and let people know what's available.
Okay.
Get them to the webinars. They're readily available. You can bring them into the Facebook group and get them on the webinars. They're there. Everything is recorded for you guys.
Well, I'm really excited about this, and I'm actually laying in the hospital bed right now. I
Oh,
had surgery
no.
on Monday.
Well, that's a good spot to be.
Huh?
That's a good spot to be.
Well, I'm actually trying to build my business here from the hospital.
And that's what Luke did. The day he was in surgery, he received about $750, or I don't know how much Bitcoin that was. But yeah, if you have to be in there, letting your money work for you while you're laid up, that is the way to go.
But understand, this is like those games. You're buying tokens. You're buying things that you pay people for. You buy Bitcoin. You're working with Bitcoin. You're not working with dollars. You got to get that out of your head.
Well, right, but I'm just saying it's good to let your money work for you while you're laid up like that. And we hope you have Godspeed healing. Okay, let's get to Eric. Thank you.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Saw. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I saw. I mean, I heard this on the radio today for the first time. Was that your group that I was hearing?
Which radio?
Radio?
True Frequency Radio?
Yes, we've had a busy day. We were on this morning.
Oh, there was, let's see, I forgot the radio program. It was around 11 this morning.
Yeah,
so Roger Stiles Radio
Yes.
Ranch?
Sales, Roger Sales, yes.
Well, okay, so that was your group.
Oh, yeah. Well, Roger and I are good friends.
Okay, so I guess to get in, I would have to get in under you because I heard it through
Well,
you.
actually, you would come in under Roger, and if you take our Skype name down there, we'll put you under Roger.
Take your Skype name down?
Yeah, can you see our Skype name right there on the page?
Yeah, JKA or Kathy Bailey 4.
Yeah, Kathy.Bailey4. And yeah, I remember. Were you down in Florida or something?
I'm in California.
Okay, I just wondered.
Orange County.
Ask questions. Okay, yeah. If you'll just get with us, we'll get you hooked up with Roger.
Okay, I will do that.
That is his own link, and we'd be glad to help you get signed up with him.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right.
it. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a lot of excitement. Okay, and we have Kedar again. Go ahead. Oh.
Hi, this is Kedar's mom.
Oh, hi, Kedar's mom.
Veronica.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. I have when I got started, I was so excited because I heard Miss Brenda, who has her office in the hospital.
Yes.
She told me about it, and you know, she was doing pretty well and so on, and I got on. But I purchased Spartacus 1 and 2. Can you explain to me how that's going to work for me, and especially for new people who are coming on, because I'm still learning myself?
Well, you're not giving us enough information. I don't know what your positions and things are, the way you've got them set up. What do you mean, how's it going to work for you?
I purchased Spartacus 1, and then I realized that from my understanding, when you purchase Spartacus 1, you don't double the money.
No? Yeah, that's correct. It does.
Okay, but I can get commissions on referrals from that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You get 5% of the lowest leg.
Of the lowest leg, and the lowest leg meaning
the lesser points.
The points that people put in the program. If you refer them, they join the platform and they put Bitcoins into the program.
Okay.
You just add them up. So on one side you're going to have 10 Bitcoins maybe, and the other side you'll have 5. 5 is the lowest leg. So you'll get paid 15% of the lowest leg.
Okay, that sounds good. And then I have Spartacus 2, and so I'm going to be doubling Spartacus 2, and the game plan is once you graduate or once you've doubled, then you reinvest and keep going again and upgrade.
You can upgrade anytime you want. You don't have to wait till you're 100%. Okay. It's your choice at any time. But yes, you can either upgrade, renew, or you can upgrade. But you have to do it, if you're going to upgrade, you need to do it before the red renew button comes on, or after. When the red renew button comes on, you have to go with the same plan for a little bit until that kicks into the system. So, but please join our Facebook group, and you can just ask all kinds of questions in there. There's, everybody's so willing to help everybody in that group.
Okay. Now in the file section, there's a lot of files because we set up the webinars so that you can download them as a file and just play them on your computer. Now, look for the ones that say training in the name. You're going to have to go down quite a bit, but there are several in there that say training.
Okay.
And a lot of this is discussed in those videos.
Okay.
Okay, well, congratulations. I'm glad you're helping the lady in the hospital. Much success to you both. All right, thank you. Do we have any more questions?
No, I think that about wraps it up.
Okay, and we've been going a little bit long, but again, get back to the person who invited you here tonight and get their link. We're here Monday through Friday, noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Well, we got another one up again. Just grab that one more time.
I
Ketter?
think no. Did you have another question? Oh, I think I just didn't put the hand down.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you guys have a beautiful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow back at noon. Bring some guests and some questions, and we'll try to answer them. Take care.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody. Thanks for coming.